Representative Randolph, you're recognized for a question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Okay, the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act states that in order to receive grants from the State Stabilization Fund, states must agree to maintain their respective funding for education at fiscal year 2006 levels or greater. Have we done that?
Representative Flores.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yes, we have done that.
Representative Randolph for a follow-up.
Then why do we have to seek a waiver from the feds?
Representative Flores.
Because our state funds are changing, because we have less state funds, because we have less general revenue, because Floridians have less money to send us.
Representative Randolph for a follow-up.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. But that's not what, if we were keeping it at the FY 2006 levels, then we should have already applied for the education and the stabilization fund from the feds. Have we kept it at the FY 2006 funding levels?
Representative Flores, you're recognized to answer the question.
The answer is in total funds, yes, and general revenue, no.
Representative Randolph for follow-up.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And so why do the feds, why then do the feds break out the general revenue funds from the, I guess, what you call the overall funding levels? Why then have we fallen below that FY 2006 level based upon their assessment?
Representative Flores.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Because there's less money in general revenue, because we are facing very difficult economic times, because Floridians are out of jobs, because Floridians are spending less, because we have less money to spend.
Representative Randolph for a follow-up.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Okay, the question is the federal law says we have to keep funding levels at fiscal year 2006. You've said that overall we have kept it at fiscal year 2006, but the feds are saying, no, you haven't. I'm just trying to figure out why they're saying that.
Representative Flores.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'll be a little more clear this time answering the questions as opposed to just answering the question. We have, in general revenue, we have less funds. In overall funds, we have the same funds as in 06.
Representative Randolph for follow-up.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So that's why. So they're saying that then the general revenue has gone down, and so they're requiring a fiscal year 2006 general revenue level that's supposed to be. Okay. And we keep talking about back and forth about where we're waiting for the Obama administration. We're waiting. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for out of the feds?
Representative Flores.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We are waiting for the rules on how to go through the full process of applying for the waiver. The application as is my understanding, is sitting filled out on the desk of the governor. What we are waiting for is further instructions on how to apply for the waiver.
Representative Randolph.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So the governor hasn't sent it up to the Department of Education yet?
Representative Flores.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And again, I think that everyone should just be listening to all of the questions and all of the answers, because I keep getting the same questions over and over again. I believe it was Representative Skidmore that asked it last, and then I believe Representative, someone over here, asked it again. The governor has not sent it in because the Obama administration, and again, it is the administration because it is Secretary Duncan, has not sent down the full instructions on what we have to do to apply for the waiver.
Representative Randolph, follow-up.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, I'm not trying to be facetious or anything. I'm trying to figure out so that we can go back to our districts and tell our school boards and our school districts exactly what the process is going to be. So what is the last communication then that they've had with the Department of Education about the timeline for when these waiver rules might be coming down?
Representative Flores.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The governor, I saw this morning on the Florida channel, said that guidance was supposed to come yesterday. It didn't, and so I guess we're hoping the guidance comes today.